Okay, so get this. We're going to do a deep dive on AI agents and crypto. And the source we're looking at today is making some pretty big claims about how this tech is really going to like redefine how we even think about wealth. Like we're talking super smart robots managing your crypto for you, making you money while you're just kicking back, living your best life.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an attention grabber, right? I mean, the idea here is that these AI agents could just be way more efficient than us humans at like
Mhm.
navigating the complex world of crypto. So you got to think about it. They can analyze all that market data, make the trades, and even handle your entire portfolio. And they
Mm-hmm.
never need like a lunch break or a good night's sleep.
So no more like staring at charts at 3 a.m. trying to figure out what Bitcoin is doing. Sign me up for that. But okay, let's dig a little deeper here. One of the big promises that this source is making is that AI agents could be like these incredible financial assistants. Like they could do everything from paying your bills to navigating these super complex investment strategies all in the blink of an eye.
Right, and that speed is a key factor. The source actually gives an example of like transferring money globally in seconds with zero fees. Now, imagine how that could impact international trade or even like sending money to your family overseas. And that could really be a game changer for a lot of people.
Okay, so that's a big claim. But how does it actually even like work? It's not just about like faster transactions, right?
Right.
This source suggests that these AI agents can actually like analyze the entire crypto market in a way that like we as humans just can't. They could potentially spot these lucrative trends that we might completely miss.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Think of it this way. Your AI agent is constantly scanning tons of data. I mean, everything
Mhm.
from price fluctuations to trading volume, even like social media chatter. And it's looking for those patterns, little hints that something is about to blow up. And because it's an AI, it
Yeah.
can process all this information in like milliseconds, way faster than any of us ever could.
So it's kind of like having like a team of expert
Yeah.
analysts working for you 24/7, just crunching numbers and spotting opportunities before anyone else even notices.
That's the pitch. But it's really important to remember that the crypto market, it is incredibly volatile.
Yeah.
And while an AI agent can definitely analyze the data and execute those trades faster than any human, it's still dealing with a very unpredictable market. So it's not like a guaranteed path to riches or anything.
Right, right. I mean, we can't forget that there's always going to be risk involved in any investment,
Yeah.
whether it's AI powered or not. But even if we like set aside all the hype about getting rich quickly, there's something really intriguing about this idea of having this kind of analytical power right there at your fingertips.
Absolutely. And it's not just about like traditional investing either. The source even mentions like gamers and content creators
Yeah.
using AI agents to earn crypto in these brand new ways.
Hmm.
We're starting to see new platforms popping up where you can actually earn crypto for things like playing games or even creating content. And these AI agents could potentially help you find the most profitable opportunities and then even help you manage those earnings.
Oh, so it's like having like a personal manager for your digital side hustle. That's interesting. It really highlights how AI agents could open up new avenues for making money beyond just buying and selling crypto.
Yeah, exactly. And if you really think about the implications for like the creator economy, I mean, it's pretty significant. Imagine an AI agent that can just like automatically negotiate your contracts, manage all your social media, and even like promote your work to a really targeted audience. That would free up so much time and energy for all those creators out there. They could really just focus on what they do best.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this could be like really empowering for individuals, whether you're like a total seasoned investor or just starting out. But the source also kind of emphasizes this idea of AI agents putting why you in control of your finances. You wouldn't have to rely on traditional institutions like banks or brokers.
Exactly. The idea is that you would get to set your own rules and preferences, and the AI agent would just manage your finances accordingly. The source gives an example of setting like specific investment rules,
Hmm.
like say you only want to buy Bitcoin when it dips below a certain price.
So it's like having a personalized trading algorithm, totally tailored to your own risk tolerance and your own financial goals. That could be a total game changer for people
Yeah.
who feel like traditional financial systems haven't really served them well.
Yeah, that's right. But there's kind of like a flip side to that too. What happens if there's like a bug in that algorithm? Or what if the market just starts behaving
Hmm.
in a way that the AI agent wasn't programmed to handle? Could these AI agents actually amplify losses in certain scenarios?
That's a good point. We have to remember that this technology, it's still in its early stages, and there are going to be some unforeseen challenges and risks along the way. The source doesn't really get into that too much. It's more focused on the positive potential.
And that's exactly why it's important to have this discussion. We need to look past the hype and really consider both the benefits and the risks here.
Totally agree. So while the source paints a pretty optimistic picture of these AI agents managing our finances for us, it's super important to remember that there are potential downsides too. And
Absolutely.
we're going to keep exploring those in part 2 of this deep dive. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Yeah, picking up on that point about potential downsides, I think it's important to remember that any new technology,
Mm.
especially one as powerful as AI, it comes with its own set of uncertainties, right?
Yeah, for sure. We've talked a bit about like the risks of market volatility and, those bugs in the algorithms,
Mhm.
but I'm kind of curious about the bigger picture here. Like, could there be any unintended consequences for the economy as a whole if these AI agents really do become like super widespread?
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. One concern that some people have is that if AI agents become the dominant force in like financial markets, they could make existing inequalities even worse,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay.
Whoever has access to like the most sophisticated agents or the people with enough money to develop their own,
Yeah.
they can see their wealth grow at an even crazier rate.
Oh, wow. So you're saying it could create this sort of technological divide where the rich just keep getting richer
Hmm.
because their AIs are way better at playing the market.
Yeah, that is a potential risk. And it's not just about like wealth inequality either. We also have to think about like the potential impact on jobs. As these AI agents become more and more capable, they could start automating a lot of the tasks that are currently done by the financial professionals.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, we've already seen automation impact other industries, so I guess it's not hard to imagine a future
Mhm.
where, AI agents are handling a lot of the work that's currently being done by, financial advisors, brokers, and even like analysts.
Exactly. And that obviously raises some really important questions about the future of work and the skills that people are going to need if they want to thrive in a world where AI is playing a much bigger role in finance.
Okay, so we've got these potential economic impacts and the potential for like job displacement. Anything else we should be considering when we think about those broader consequences of AI agents?
Well, there's also the question of transparency and accountability. I mean, these AI agents can get super complex. Even their creators might not fully understand how they make decisions.
So if something goes wrong, like say there's a major market crash and it turns out it was like triggered by AI agents acting in some totally unexpected way, it might be really difficult to even figure out who's responsible or how to even fix it.
Exactly. That is a really key concern. We need to figure out how to make sure that these AI agents are developed and used
Hmm.
in a way that's safe, transparent, and accountable.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So it sounds like there are some pretty serious challenges to address. But let's shift gears just for a second. We've been talking about the potential of these AI agents, kind of in theory. But are there any like real world examples of this technology actually being used out there?
Oh, absolutely. There are more and more platforms and projects popping up that are exploring this space.
Mm.
One example is a company called, oh, we can't mention the name, but they're offering an AI-powered crypto trading platform where users can set their investment goals and risk tolerance, and then the AI agent basically takes care of everything else.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a robo-advisor for crypto, but with like way more advanced capabilities. Yeah, because it's powered by AI.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And then there are also platforms like, again, we can't say the name,
Right.
but they're focusing on automating decentralized finance protocols, or DeFi, as it's known. So their AI agents can interact with like various DeFi platforms,
Mm-hmm.
earning interest, lending out assets, and even participating in these really complex investment strategies.
Okay, that sounds pretty intense. I'm guessing you need to be like pretty tech savvy to use something like that.
They can be, yeah.
Uh,
But a lot of these platforms are constantly working on making their interfaces more user-friendly. They know that for this technology to really take off, it needs to be accessible to everyone, not just these super techie people.
that makes sense. So what about people who want to like build their own AI agents? Is that even
Oh,
possible?
for sure. There are platforms out there. Again, we can't name names, but they give you all the tools and infrastructure you need
Mm-hmm.
as a developer to create your own custom AI agent. So these platforms offer a lot of flexibility and customization. So developers can really create agents
Mm-hmm.
that are tailor-made for like specific trading strategies
Mm-hmm.
or certain investment goals.
Oh, so it's not just about using pre-built agents. It's about like actually giving people the power to create their own.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so interesting, right? We're starting to see a ton of innovation in this space
Hmm.
as developers experiment with all these different AI models and approaches to crypto trading.
It sounds like the field is just like constantly evolving. So what are some of the key trends or developments you're seeing right now?
Well, one trend is that the AI models being used are just getting more and more sophisticated. We're moving away from these older rule-based systems and towards these much more advanced machine learning algorithms
Yeah.
that can actually adapt and learn from data over time.
So these AI agents are like actually getting smarter and more sophisticated as they go, learning from their own experiences in the market.
Exactly. And another big trend is that we're seeing AI agents get integrated with all these other emerging technologies
Mm-hmm.
like blockchain and the Internet of Things.
Okay, that sounds super futuristic. Can you give me an example of what that might look like?
Okay, so imagine this. You have an AI agent that not only manages your crypto investments, but it also interacts with like smart devices in your home to optimize your energy consumption and lower your bills. Or how about this? An agent that automatically invests a part of your income into a really diverse portfolio of crypto assets. And it's tracking your spending habits the whole time and adjusting its strategy based on your financial goals.
Wow. That is a really compelling vision of the future. It kind of sounds like AI agents could potentially be involved in like almost every aspect of our lives.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. But like with any really powerful technology, it's super important that we move forward carefully and really think about the potential consequences.
Well said. I mean, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from
Mm-hmm.
like potential impacts on the economy to the real world applications of this technology. But I'm still kind of wondering what it all means for like the average person.
That's a really great question. And I think it's something that we're going to explore even more in the next part of our deep dive. We're going to look past all the hype and really speculate about those long-term implications of AI agents in crypto. How might this tech reshape not just finance, but like our whole relationship with money, work, even our own decision-making?
Okay, so we talked about the potential benefits, the risks. We even saw some real world examples of these AI agents. But now I kind of want to like get really speculative. What could this tech really mean for the future? And I don't just mean like the world of finance, but like for society as a whole.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. I mean, we could be talking about a fundamental shift in how we think about money and how we make financial decisions. Imagine a world
Mm.
where AI agents are handling not just like our investments, but like all of our day-to-day transactions,
Mm.
our budgeting, maybe even like negotiating contracts for us.
Oh, wow. So it's like having a personal CFO right there in your pocket,
Mm.
always working to make sure you're getting the best deal and maximizing your earnings. But I mean, wouldn't that make us like super reliant on these AI agents? What happens to our own financial literacy, like our own decision-making skills
Yeah.
in a world like that?
That's a great point. I mean, there's definitely a risk of becoming too passive, just handing over all of our financial decisions to these algorithms that we might not even fully understand. It's like anything else. You have to stay informed. You have to stay engaged, even if you have a powerful tool helping you out.
So it's not about like giving up control completely. It's more about using these AI agents as tools to like enhance our own capabilities, kind of like having a co-pilot
Yeah.
who can help navigate all those complexities of the financial world while you're still the one steering the ship.
Exactly. Think of it as like augmenting our intelligence
Hmm.
rather than replacing it. These AI agents could give us like real-time insights, personalized recommendations, even educational resources to help us become more financially savvy.
That's a really interesting way to think about it. It could actually like democratize access to financial knowledge and opportunities that a lot of people just didn't have before. But okay, let's zoom out even further. What about the impact on businesses, governments, even like global economies?
I mean, the potential is huge. Imagine AI agents optimizing supply chains, automating those complex financial transactions, maybe even managing national budgets. They could probably identify inefficiencies and opportunities that we as humans might completely miss, leading to like increased productivity and economic growth.
Wow, so we're talking about like a whole new economic paradigm where AI is playing the central role in how resources are managed and allocated. But okay, what about the human element in all of this? What happens to our jobs, our sense of purpose, our role in the economy if AI is like calling the shots?
Well, that's a question that goes way beyond just finance. I mean, we're already seeing AI and automation
Yeah.
impacting tons of industries, and that trend is only going to accelerate. But I don't think it has to be like a dystopian scenario.
Yeah. So you're not like picturing a future where robots have taken all the jobs and humans are just left with nothing to do.
No, no. It's definitely more nuanced than that. It's likely that AI will automate some tasks and maybe even some entire job categories, but it's also going to create brand new opportunities and reshape the roles that already exist. I think the key is going to be adaptability, learning new skills, and finding ways to work with AI rather than competing against it.
So instead of worrying about AI taking our jobs, we should be focusing on how we can work alongside AI to achieve things we never could have before.
Exactly. It's all about recognizing that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
It's really up to us to shape how this technology develops and make sure that it benefits everyone.
That's a powerful message. It sounds like this isn't just about like finance or technology, it's about our values
Mm.
and how we choose to shape the future.
It absolutely
Yeah.
is. We need to have these open and honest conversations about the potential impact of AI, both the good and the bad. We have to engage policymakers, researchers, developers, and even the general public in a real dialogue
Yeah.
about how to actually harness this technology responsibly and ethically.
So where does that leave our listener, the people who are trying to make sense of all of this? What's like the main takeaway from our deep dive into AI agents and crypto?
Well, I think the most important thing is to just stay informed, stay curious, and stay engaged. This tech is changing so rapidly, and it's important to keep learning and adapting. Don't be afraid to ask questions, explore different viewpoints,
Yeah.
and really think critically about how AI agents could impact your life and the world around you.
Well said. And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive. But before we go, I have one final question for you and for our listeners. If you could have an AI agent working for you 24/7, what financial goal would you set for it? Something to think about as you continue to explore this fascinating world. Thanks for joining us.